who of course is Austin Yu as his rookie, hasn't adopted the colours.
Although he is a member of the Unholy Alliance, he just hasn't adopted the colours. Which
Well, you see right now, boot to the stomach there by Brandon.
Same
and
with
Vince
Billy
Ford.
Bowers as well.
Vince Ford! Look at this! He's got the leg lock on Mewtwo. Of course,
They got a lot of history.
Of course, Vince Ford and Mewtwo, pretty good friends.
They got a lot of history.
Of course, once again, I always go back to this moment. Well, after Mewtwo had successfully defended the world title against Bowser, the injuries he sustained after that match would leave him almost unable to compete. He persisted on continuing to compete, but it was advised by management, who back then were led by Knuckles, that he have a substitute in the event he can't continue. That substitute was Vince Ford. And there was one time in quite a major title match that Mewtwo would not be able to continue the matchup. Vince Ford would take over and he would retain the title for Mewtwo.
But it still doesn't go down as Vince
It doesn't go down as Vince Ford's. However, I have to say, I think Vince Ford should be given some credit for that title run. For being part of Mewtwo's title run, I should say. I mean, Vince Ford, he's a great competitor. You see right now, he is taking it to Mewtwo. He knows, but the win has to come here and now.
Pros versus pros, rookies versus rookies.
Well, that's what it is right now. Look at Royce.
So the possibility of 4
Superplex
could come out of this.
Yeah. Which really, for Royce and Vince, they're going to need, because they're currently with minus 20 on points difference.
I think, no, it's not going to matter on the points difference.
It's not, I think right now for them, just get the win.
Vince Ford, you're not going to pick up Mewtwo.
You see now, I'll check this out! That's a display of the strength that Royce Summers possesses. And look at this now! Double suplex on the chair! Tries to cover! Oh! That was close! That was deadly close! That was so close for Royce and Vince. If they got the win there,
what?
If they got the win off that, and now Vince Ford trying to cover, it's immediately stopped by Brandon Wolf. Because Brandon Wolf and Mewtwo, they have been a pretty dominating team since they formed. Nicely done. And Brandon Wolf pumping it up.
Oh boy.
Raised by the Wolf! Boom! Or the Howling Wolf, he calls it.
What?
But Summers still fighting! Armbar by Mewtwo was applied. Check this out. Hurricane Rana by Mewtwo! Only a 1 count! Vince Ford, he knows he's fighting out desperation right now. I know that him and Royce are good friends going back to the season, but they were rookies on the YTA. Royce was the one that helped Vince Ford get a contract, and I think Vince wants to return the favour. Slam dunk! This might be! Oh, but a heart attack by Brandon Wolf. Really,
Cover!
Oh, look at this! Oh, saved by Brandon, excuse me. Right now, Brandon and Mewtwo, they're just competing to be undefeated. Whereas, Royce and Vince, they want to compete to just try and survive. There's a small package there. Vince Ford missed! He missed again! That's the win! Well, Brandon Wolf and Mewtwo end the set undefeated. But
I think that might have effectively
it's
sent
now,
them to the final.
well, who knows, but for Royce now, he'll have to hope that Austin and Gregory lose, and then that Royce could win over the public.
Like I said, it could be 4-0 or 6-0, and I was right.
Brandon Wolf defeating Royce Summers. I have to say, effectively, given Brandon Wolf's popularity, I think it might have just put him in the final. Here's an individual now who, coming off of what I have to say is a humiliation, although not really of his making. The cabinet screwed him in the cage, and that's not a euphemism, by the way. But effectively, Austin was screwed in the match against Miss Motone by the cabinet, by Zolowak specifically.
I'm going to find this match interesting because El Navino and Austin are very good friends as well. And
I remember correctly, Austin actually wanted El Navino as his rookie. But of course, it's an interesting situation that we've got.
Because every single one in this match is a member of the Unholy Alliance.
Not to mention, now that I mention it, now that I think about it, El Navino and Austin met in the CAW World Cup. Of course, Team CXWI would win that tournament thanks to Austin Uhas.
Yep, and there was issues in that.
Of course, the tournament was actually recorded before the fragmentation of Silver and Preston. The irony is almost unbelievable. Shortly after the tournament, where the two of them would pick up a great glory, Preston would just activate the do-show meter.
And I still don't get why I wasn't a representative in that match.
Like I said, the representatives of that tournament changed about 4 or 5 times. Austin being the only consistent member. Well, anyway, Austin in the ring, and like you said a few moments ago, for Gregory and Austin, if they get the win here,